Just checking to make sure the volume works. I'm gonna mute because I'm gonna be driving. But I
Okay,
don't
okay.
care. It's always the best.
Well, thank you, thank you. Yep, well,
Okay,
yeah, thank you. Well, we're gonna have an exciting topic today.
I'm excited.
Just checking to make sure the ball.
Will it be about how to make a million in a day?
Not in a
Uh,
day, but you can accumulate it.
All righty.
yeah,
I'm
not
on.
necessarily in one day, but definitely doable. Yeah.
All right. Good to hear.
Yeah, whatever you do today, the beginning of the first million.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay, Nilbert, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is having a great start to their week. We have so many exciting things going on. Well, I mean, we still have the George just mentioned. We still have the those packs that were extended to commemorate the launch of our Malaysia office. So it's good until August, and then of course everyone I'm sure is busy qualifying for Turks and Caicos, which is what good and the qualifications until November, end of November. So we still have time, but like they say, don't wait until the very end. Work towards it now, and then just coast as you as you get closer. You just coast along, right? Okay, we have an exciting topic today, which I think is very, very important to our industry. It's a very basic, I wouldn't say basic, but it's one of the most powerful tools that we have. But before that, let me open the floor. I know there's a lot of exciting things going on. Who would like? Let's get about 2 to 3 shares. Oh, there's Lovey raising her hand right away. All right, let's have some shares. Okay, Lovey, you have the floor.
Yeah, thanks, Nilbert. No, good morning, everybody. I just wanted to take a moment to lift up Arlene. Arlene, oh my gosh, she just continues to be such a light to everybody around her. I love that she just carries such this calm, steady spirit, and it's just always so inspiring. But she recently had her business launch. We had a great turnout, and I'm super excited for her. Everything really is, unfolding in this new season. So it's really, really super exciting. So now she gets to welcome her brand new brand ambassador, Kelly. Such an amazing, amazing step forward. Arlene, I don't know if you're on, would you like to unmute and introduce Kelly?
Hi everyone. I want you to meet my new business brand ambassador, Kelly Anna, and she is a wonderful friend. I was trying to help Jasmine, and I just asked her, "Can you just give me 30 minutes of your time?" And she was like, "Sure." So she hopped on, and I just did not realize that she was ready to go. So yesterday I learned I'm a turtle, and so she's actually the opposite. So she's probably like a dolphin or something. But Kelly is a great friend, a wonderful person. She is going to be such a great addition to our team. And thank you too for Jasmine. I just want to tell you that she does have a musical theater background, and she's very active in our church. And she totally loves God, and she feels like this is the time for her. So thank you, Kelly, for being our new brand ambassador. And everybody welcome her. Please put in the chat. Welcome, Kelly. Thank you.
All
Kelly, do you want
right,
to just share a few words?
amazing. Hey, yes, please.
Wow, y'all are amazing. I never knew what hidden gem. I knew Arlene was a gem, but I didn't know what a gem she had hidden in y'all and this business. Amen. Thank you so much for welcoming me, everybody. Thank you, Arlene, for reaching out to me and being my friend and everything you do for me. You're so generous and loving. I love you.
Oh, that's
Oh,
that's that's
good news
amazing.
from me. I reached out to a CPS worker that was inspecting my house yesterday. Gave him a sample and of the keto or whatever it's called.
Kinetic.
And he's like, I'm gonna check this uh, international 3 out. Thank you. So boom.
Yeah, Kelly,
That's
good job.
amazing. That's good. Great job, Kellyanne.
She's such a
Um,
fireball.
yeah.
One more, Nobert. I
Go
promise
ahead.
to stop
Go ahead.
talking.
Yep.
So, real quick, something else. You guys, this team is we're just on fire. So it's so amazing. I just wanted to take a moment to do a shout out for Jasmine. She's been such an amazing leader. It's been so refreshing just seeing her grow. It's been it's just pure joy, and she really does lead with heart. So her new brand ambassador, Michelle, just had her launch a few days ago. It was so beautiful. I'll let her just share how we started, but it was just really, really amazing. So yeah, I'm just super grateful that we get to work alongside one another and cheer each other on. Jasmine, do you want to go ahead and unmute?
Yes, thank you, Lovey, and Arlene and Kellyanna. But yeah, it's been amazing. I just feel, the spirit of God actually just working through this business and during this time, growing it and meeting the right people. And there are two people I do want to introduce. First is Michelle. So we did do her business launch on Saturday. She has a foundation called Cielo Spiritual Foundation, Sober Living Community. And she's been helping people for years, and that's her heart. And she's also just very into just health. And we have been taking my yoga classes for a while. We've known of each other. And now as soon as she was at Arlene's presentation, she just signed on right away that night and did a whole TikTok. And every day she's been doing like social media postings like 7, 8 times a day. She's just really on fire. I'm so proud of her. I know that she just really believes in what we're doing, and she's making an impact. So many people are wanting to, link arms with her, and we're following up with someone who was on the presentation yesterday, today. So Michelle, I just wanted to introduce you and let everyone know who you are. So I don't know if you're available to unmute or say hi.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks, Jasmine. Congratulations, Kelly. That's exciting. I have to say, when I first got on, I called kinetic kinesthetic. So, but you'll get it. It's kinetic, and that's like something that's a real hot item that's so easy to share with people, especially in the recovering community, because it's such a great alternative to soda pops or energy drinks, right? No more crash and burn. And I'm really excited about one of my clients. I really did not. I just asked him like, "Hey, how did you like, the doctor's, the talk? The doctor came here and talked from La Quinta. He was phenomenal." And he was like, "Yeah, I was thinking about getting the package." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I did not like. I just thought it'd be nice for them to listen to learn, and he's excited to treat it as a business opportunity. And then, I have another friend, my bookkeeper. I was just talking to her about like what I'm doing, and the next thing you know, I realized, she has all these health issues. She would be amazing. And then she was just like thinking about, yes, for a customer, she absolutely wanted to. But I was thinking to myself, like, if you buy the scope of vitamins and products, you're basically set up to be an ambassador. And if you start taking them, you can't not want to share. It's very organic how this thing works. And so I project that she'll do super good with it because, I'm just listening to all the stories around here, and health really does recover. And so when that happens, I mean, it just automatically, it's like contagious, right? So I'm thankful to be a part of something that's, healing and brings more light and new ways to what I already do as a healer. And when I was in my sound bath last night, I was able to give this new treatment center that just opened up around the corner samples of the kinetic, and looking forward to hearing about them and their client that came. So yeah, I just, doing a lot of different follow-ups, and I've made half my 100 list, and I'm taking direction and doing the footwork, and I'm excited to see what I manifest with this company. Thank you, Jasmine, for introducing me to Three International.
That's
Oh, you're
amazing.
welcome. Thank
That's
you.
a wonderful share, Michelle. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, Lovey, Arlene, and Kellyanna. It's so it's so inspiring to hear when you have new people that join our community, and they just hit the ground running, and they're just so what do you call that, positive and motivated. And I was just listening to Michelle, like as she's sharing, to different places. This is what duplication is all about because that's how Jasmine is as well. And that's how Lovey is, right? So so thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Uh
Yeah.
yes. One more, Jasmine? Yeah?
Yeah, I did want to also introduce Dr. Diana. She's on this call. I wanted
Oh,
to say,
amazing.
yeah,
Okay.
it was amazing. We met through a program we're doing together, and actually we found out we attend the same church, which is, God just bring us together. But I wanted to introduce her. She's an amazing woman. She has an incredible story of recovery in her health. And she's a doctor to doctors. Actually, people come to her. She consults them as a health coach to take care of themselves. So I'm so excited that she has joined our team. I know Dr. Deanna, if you want to just say hi to everybody so everyone can meet you, you're available.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. I just appreciate everybody's energy here, and I'm just trying to learn the ropes. I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, so I still don't got the names yet of all the products, and I'm still learning up, but I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much. Thanks, Jasmine, for sharing. And yes, it's amazing. It totally is God, because it just so happened that we in the same program and we're part of the same church as well. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Look forward to meeting everybody.
All right, amazing. Well, welcome, Dr. Diana. Thank you so much for being here. Wow, let's see. Did you have your hand up, Marcel?
Yes, I
Yes.
do.
Yes, Marcel.
Good morning, everybody. It's wonderful to see everyone. I'd love to introduce a new member to our team.
Yes.
And Estefina brought him on. His name is Smiley. And we are so excited to have him with us. He is going to be awesome. I'm not sure if he's on here or not, because sometimes he works and he gets on our Zooms, but he can't talk. So I just wanted to introduce him to everybody, and his name is Smiley. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Welcome, Smiley. I don't see him on, but just in case he's on and just can't unmute, welcome to the community and welcome to the Three family. That's amazing. All right. So many good stuff going on. Okay. Let's get down to business, or else we might be here like for a whole extra hour or something. So I don't want to keep you guys that long. So the topic today, again, I mentioned, it's going to be very relevant to all of us, regardless of our experience in the industry, whether you were starting out or whether you're already doing this for a while. I would say it will be more extra relevant to those people who are definitely just learning the ropes and just starting out. Okay, let me share my screen and we will get going. Okay, so what does that picture kind of like tell you guys? It's what is that? Like an event, right? So an event is, when I refer to an event for this today's training, it doesn't necessarily mean just this physical event. It can apply to Zoom events. It can apply to one-on-ones. A lot of the concept that I'm going to share with you guys apply to all, different kinds of events. So, but the core about this is inviting, right? Inviting and attending events to grow your business. Uh, it's basically one of the most powerful tools we have in network marketing in our industry, events, because whether it's virtual or in person, events create belief, it builds connection, it accelerates business growth, right? And it all starts with the invite. So I'm sure with the show of hands, you can either do the hand emoji, or if your camera's on, who here has always had kind of like trepidation with when it comes to inviting people, or how to invite, or how to properly invite, right? I know I had the hardest time inviting people, especially when I don't. I mean, it's rather easy to invite people that you know, kind of that you're very close to, but when you start inviting people that you don't know, or you barely know and all that, it becomes a little trickier. Okay. So, but why do events matter first? Okay. Why does events matter? Well, number one, they create a social proof and belief. When you have someone attend, whether it's an in-person event or a Zoom event, like one of our global showcases or even a one-on-one Zoom presentation with your upline, with your leader, with your sponsor. What it does, it creates a social proof and belief. It becomes like a third party credibility. It's not just you telling the person what this great opportunity is all about. When they hear from other people and they see other people at the event, at the Zoom or whatever, it really validates for them. Wow, this is something that really is looks like it's amazing. Okay, I'm just going to use an example like this morning, right? We introduced some new members to our three family, right? There's Kellyanna, there's Dr. Diana. And then what they get to see, like Michelle as well, what they get to see is such a wonderful community that really, we really uplift each other, right? It builds deeper emotional connection. That much is especially with the events, like an in-person event, whether it's a big event done by the company, like for example the launch, or I mean not the launch, the convention that we just had, or whether it's a local event that you yourself are putting together. Okay, it builds deeper emotional connections because it allows people to connect and socialize with other people in the community, in your business. It also moves people faster towards decisions, right? I've seen this happen. Whenever you're at an event, whether it's a Zoom event or whether it's an in-person event, and people see there's other people there checking out the opportunity and all that, it creates an excitement that doesn't usually happen when you're just doing a one-on-one. Okay, it creates a sense of excitement because they're like, wow, these people are especially if they see people asking questions and and enrolling, it actually moves them faster to decisions. That's the power of the event. Okay, so the power of the invite. Okay, the power of the invite. And the very first bullet is probably one that most of us get wrong the first time. I know I definitely got it wrong the first time. All right. Your number one job is to invite, not convince, right? When you're during the invite, you're not trying to convince them to buy the products. You're not trying to convince them that we have the best, most absorbable, natural, clean products on the planet. No. And you're not definitely not trying to convince them to start a global e-commerce business. Okay, that's not the job, right? Your job is just to invite them to check the opportunity out. Your job is to invite them to a local event that you're attending, to a global opportunity showcase that's coming up, or invite them to a one-on-one Zoom with your upline, your sponsor, your leader, right? Whoever, right? That's your main job. So you have to keep it simple, short, and curiosity driven. Like I mentioned, I got it wrong the first time. I used to verbal vomit is what they call it, so much at the start. Like, oh, you're gonna love this. The products work so well for me. They have the best absorption capability. They're all natural. There's no synthetics. Oh, and by the way, you're gonna love this global e-commerce business. And then they start asking me so many questions. I was like, and then I kind of lose them that way, right? And then, so a lot of times in the early part when I was doing this, I was scaring a lot of people away. So keep it simple, keep it short, and then just pique their curiosity, right? Example, like, hey, I would love to share with you something a project that I just started. I believe the potential is amazing. Do you have 30 to 40 minutes to check it out? I would love your feedback. This is probably with someone that I know very well because I'm relating to him or her that I value their feedback. So I invite them to look at the opportunity just to kind of for them to give me their assessment. Hey, I think this is going to be a good thing. But again, the main purpose is to get them to see the presentation, right? Or to attend the event. Because once they see everything, an overview of who we are, what the company is all about, what the science behind the project, the products are, and what a powerful global e-commerce opportunity we have, they'll have the information right there for them to make their decision, right? It's not always yes, we know that, but we want them to have the whole information so that they can make the right decision. And when you invite, you focus on them, right? Focus on what's in it for them, right? So by this time, when you're inviting, we can all assume that you probably applied some of the other skills that we've been training on here, like uh, warm chatter, like uh, Antoinette is one of the masters. With Christine, they're masters of warm chatter, right? Getting to know your prospect, right? Using the form method, right? Asking about family, asking about um, occupation, asking about recreation, and asking about motivation. Okay, focus on them, and then from what you know about them, that's where that's the focus you kind of concentrate on to make them realize what's in it for them, whether it's health, whether it's an extra source of income like financial stability, right? Whatever it is, it has to focus on them to answer what's in it for them. Okay, here's a sample invitation script framework. This is just a sample, right? And I know on George and Adrian's website, they have a section there where you have different scripts, right? But this is just an example. Hey, whatever the person name, I thought of you because here's where you insert the compliment. I thought of you because I always saw you as very business minded. I'm hosting or attending an event on health and wellness at this time. No pressure, but I'd love for you to check it out. Can I send you the details? Or are you open to checking it out? This is just a very general script framework, but you can tweak it however way you want it to, depending on who you're talking to and who you're addressing. Okay. So what to say after they say yes, right? They say, oh, yeah, sure, I can attend. Okay, well, one, send the link or address right away. Whether it's a Zoom link, right? Or whether it's a physical address or you have a flyer for it, send it right away. And then if that's a new, if that's a new contact, like if it's a new prospect, what I usually is, okay, yeah, let me send it to you. How do you want me to send it to you? Do you want me to send it to you by text, by email? It's kind of like a roundabout way of asking, can I have your number? Can I have your email, right? It's a little bit more, it's less awkward to say, okay, hey, can I get your number? Can I get, it's a very direct, people sometimes get taken aback, right? So it said, okay, let me send you the link or let me send you the address. How do you want me to send it to you, right? Number two, once you send it, right? Hey, can you make sure you got it? Even if you have to take their phone out, yep, I got it, confirm, and all that. So confirm that they got it, okay? And then for you, set a reminder, check in the day of. Now, depending on how far in advance you invited the person, I would kind of touch base a couple times, right? If now of course if it's tomorrow, whatever, then you just follow up on the day of. But if it's a little bit, like for example, it's like 5 days out or whatever. So after they confirm they got it, probably midway through, I would say, hey, I'm excited to see you at the event, blah 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 blah. Just kind of like a friendly touch. That way, it kind of keeps it in their radar or whatever. Um, for if they're anything like hopefully like how we do things, like they put them on the calendar, right, so they don't forget. And then on the day of, usually like a few hours, I would send them a quick reminder as well. Hey, just want to make sure you got the address correctly, or whatever. If it's a physical address, I would usually use like, at this time usually there's a lot of traffic, so please give yourself extra time, something like that to just jog their memory. Or if it's a Zoom link, right? Can't wait to see you in the Zoom later, blah, blah, blah. Just a very friendly reminder, right? And then lastly, um, let them know why you're excited they're coming. I really appreciate that you're going to be there because I really value your feedback, and I would love to hear what you think about this opportunity or something like that, right? Okay. Now, if they say no or I'm busy, what to do? Again, people do say no, right? Not sure if anyone here has had the experience of everyone ever that they asked that said yes. You know, I'm sure. I think everyone here 100% has probably experienced a no. Okay, so no worries, right? No worries. Say no worries. I totally understand. I'll keep you in the loop for the next one, right? So that's why it's very important that number one, you know our calendar, right? George and Adrian on their website, they have a calendar that's for the whole week. It's important you know the schedule of our pre-scheduled opportunity showcase or Zoom events. Okay, we have our Monday global Zoom, wellness exchange, Tuesday, uh, empower hour, right? Friday global Zoom that I do every week. So it's important that you know, and then Wednesday the Spanish Zooms that Adrian does, right? It's important that you know the schedule because when they say no, right? You say, hey, no worries, I totally understand. As a matter of fact, we have another one on Friday, or at 7 p.m. You offer them another alternative right away. Okay, but the most important thing about this is you stay positive and you stay professional, right? A no right now doesn't mean a no forever. That one I know because I've had people who said no to me like a year ago and they're already in the business right now, right? And then follow up with results afterwards. Okay. All right. So preparing for an event, whether some of the concepts here will be more geared towards an actual physical event, and some of the concepts will be more can be applied to both, or maybe for a Zoom link event. Okay. So whether it's a Zoom or whether it's an event, okay, as all leaders here in this huddle, like I always like to mention, everyone here on this huddle is a leader. So show up early, right? And be present. Why do we show up early? Because you if it's an event that you're just attending, that you're not setting up, it's always good to show up early so you can see where you can help, right? Where you can help set up. Because again, we are a community. We uplift everyone, right? Now, if it's an event or something that you're actually putting together, then the more the more important it is for you to show up early to make sure everything works. Do an audio check, visual check. Make sure if you're using a projector, if you're using a laptop with a big screen TV, make sure that the Wi-Fi is connected, that it's Bluetooth or whatever. Do all the checks. That way you don't have to worry about it when all the guests are already there. Okay. Dress the part. I can't stress enough. This is actually a lot of people forget about this. Even like, okay, even when I'm doing Zooms, when I'm doing training or one-on-one and all that, I make it a point to always at least dress the part and show that I treat this it's a very important thing that I'm doing, whether it's I'm presenting for someone, and I value it and I dress the part. I make sure that I look professional. It's something that I think some people miss, but it's actually, it goes a long way. It goes a long way when like they say, first impressions, right? When everyone's kind of dressed professionally, when guests arrive, it really gives them, oh, this is a very professional type of setup, right? I'm not saying that we make it very formal, nothing like that. We can have fun during the event and all that. I'm sure even during our company conventions, we have a lot of fun. But it's very important to dress the part. Have a notebook or presentation tools ready. Again, part of being ready. Now, if you're there, right? If you're there and then you have speakers on stage or in front of the Zoom, um, take notes. Even if you're not the guest, if you're just you invited people there, take notes. because when you're taking notes, especially at a live event, and your guests are seeing that you're taking it, it really conveys to them that you're focused and concentrating on everything that is being presented or shared on stage. Be ready to edify speakers or sharers. This is very important. This applies whether it's an actual in-person event or in Zoom. We've done a training before on the power of edification. It actually is one of the most important skill sets to master, right? When, let's say, for example, we put an event together, right? And we have like, let's just say 20, 25 guests coming to the room. And we have, George and Adrian doing the presentation. Okay. Now, a lot of these guests, like, I invited my guests. Let's see, I'm just going to look at the screen here. Let's say Leanne invited her guests, Marcel invited, her guests, Dr. Diana invited her guests. So all these guests show up, they don't know who George is. They don't know who Adrian is, right? All they know is that, okay, there's speakers up there. They're going to tell us something about this opportunity. So the edification piece comes in very important because whoever's going to introduce them has to convey, we all believe in George and Adrian, such amazing leaders. We know that. We know them, but our guests don't know them. So whoever, let's say, for example, if I was going to introduce George and Adrian, I would make sure to introduce them and edify them, their achievements, how many people they've helped, how long they've been in the experience they have in the industry. And the purpose of that is to transfer my belief in George and Adrian to the guests. Does that make sense? That's the whole purpose of edification. That way, the guests will, oh, well, you know what? Wow, that's impressive. I think I have to listen to what they have to say, right? What it does, it actually makes, when the belief is transferred, then when they're listening to George and Adrian present about the products and about the opportunity, they will be more receptive to it, right? Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Or, so be ready to edify speakers or sharers. Smile, take screenshots, participate. Be active in the event. Okay. Now in the Zoom, of course, when the presenter is speaking on the Zoom, you're not going to interrupt the speaker and all that. But usually either before the Zoom or after the Zoom, after the presentation, even on the Zoom, you get a chance to like kind of talk and kind of connect more with your guests and all that, and do small talk right before and after. It works. You take screenshots, you take pictures at the event, and then make kind of, it shows the guest that you are actively participating. Okay, attending events as a leader. So this is just really a little bit more of a continuation of like the previous slide, but a little bit more focus on, okay, I mentioned everyone's a leader, but when you attend events, even if if it's an event that you are attending, you're not hosting it and all that. How do we attend events as a leader? The first one is the most important one. Bring guests with you. Okay, bring guests with you. And why do we bring guests with us? Because that's how we grow the business, right? Whenever we have an event and we have like 30 brand ambassadors there, that's nice. That's good because getting the brand ambassadors together is always a good thing. You train, you teach each other, and they learn from the speaker. But if it's all brand ambassadors and no guests, guess what? It doesn't grow the business, right? Bring guests with you, okay? And when you bring guests with you, make sure to introduce them to others, right? Introduce them to others. When I mentioned about edification earlier, it goes both ways. When you introduce, let's say, for example, I have, let's say, a guest, and then let's say the speaker is, let's say, Christine or Antoinette, right? And they're the ones who are actually going to speak. I would make it a point to, hey, Christine, Antoinette, I'd love you to meet so and so, like my guest, right? And that way, I'm going to edify my guest as well. He's such an entrepreneur-minded person. When I met him, it automatically registered with me that this will be a perfect opportunity for him. So I'm so glad he's here. He's open-minded. He's very successful in his career. The edification goes both ways. It makes your guests feel that they belong. Okay. And again, like I mentioned, take notes publicly. When you're there, take notes. Make sure your your guests can see that you're taking notes. Again, it actually tells them, everyone's like really listening and concentrating on everything that's being put out. And then, of course, share it on social media. For those of you who are already very comfortable on social media, even if you're just starting, sharing it on social media creates, for one thing, for some of your other friends who didn't make it, it creates a little bit of a, FOMO type of, oh wow, I wish I was there, right? I wish I was there. That definitely is the case when we, after a convention and we post all the pictures on convention and like people like, oh yeah, we wish we were there. Okay, what to do after an event. All right. Message your guests right away. Right. I believe we've taught this again and again and again. After Zoom, the follow-up happens immediately. ASAP. Same thing with an event, an in-person event. Actually, with an in-person event, after the presentation, there's a portion there, kind of like it's still a social mingle and all that. That's when the brand ambassadors are around the room. They go around and already talk to their guests. Okay, so we're talking about two different things here. In an actual event, physical event, it's very important to do the follow-up right there while you're still on the premises, right? Because again, the excitement of seeing like other guests, seeing other people, they're signing up or whatever, it creates excitement and it moves them faster towards a decision. If it's a Zoom, you definitely message your guests right away. Hey, what did they like most? What part intrigued you the most, right? Number two. Number three, affirm their response and offer a next step depending on how they respond, right? If they're ready to get started, hey, you know what? If you're comfortable getting them started already, signing them up, then by all means, go for it, right? If you're still starting out, okay, amazing. I'm glad you see that this is such a great opportunity. Let me put you in a three-way chat or call with my business partner, your upline or your sponsor, who will help you close and enroll the person. Okay. If now that doesn't happen all the time, sometimes they say I need more time to think. That's fine. That's fine. Then it just tells you to follow through either with enrollment info or you follow through with a time where you can check back with them. Okay. All right. Weekly habits for event leverage. These are just a little bit of suggestions on what you can do to kind of like have more people to bring to events, right? So it all starts with our weekly habits or daily habits, right? Inviting people, 5 people plus, or 5 people or more every week to our Zooms, to our Zoom opportunities, or to like Zoom presentations, whether it's one-on-one, right? Attend team and company events. The next event is always the best event, right? Or the best event is always the next event, right? When you meet someone, you have a prospect and all that, and you want to invite them, don't wait until, oh, hey, I want to invite you to an opportunity showcase like a week from now, 2 weeks from now. You always offer them the closest event in the calendar, right? Hey, there's a global opportunity showcase we have at 5 p.m. today. Can you make that? Oh, well, does that work for you, or does the one on Wednesday work for you? I I always like to ask them what do you call that? Questions that just allow them to choose. Okay, does the Monday Zoom work for you, or does the Wednesday Zoom work for you? They kind of like, okay, they have to pick one, right? But sometimes they really can't make both. Okay, well, if you can't make both, then we actually have a Friday one. Does that work? So you always offer them choices. Share stories and screenshots on social media. I already mentioned this earlier, kind of like just promoting it and getting other people excited about it. Use events to reignite team belief. This is what events do. Being together in an event, whether it's a Zoom or an in-person event, it reignites team belief. It inspires your team. it motivates your team, right? So again, you work for the hard things that you want, right? How badly do you want to grow your business? If you do, if you really want it bad enough, then you'd be willing to do the daily things that we need to do to grow them, right? All right, what's the call to action this week? Choose an upcoming event to promote, whether you have a local event coming up for you guys or whether it's one of our regularly scheduled events. Personally invite at least 5 people. Okay, the personal invites, right? Follow up and share the energy after the event. Okay. All right, let me end with some closing quotes for you. I kind of have a lot today for closing quotes because I saw a lot that was really relevant. All right, number 1, the people who show up are the people who go up. It's always been true, and it's very, very true in this industry, right? The people who show up to events, who show up to Zooms, are the people who go up. It's just the nature of things. That's how your business grows. Okay. Don't wait to feel ready. Events will build the belief you're missing. Even okay, I always say bring guests, right? But even if you didn't have a guest or your guest bailed on you or canceled on you, still attend yourself, right? Because events will build the belief that you're missing. Events don't just build business, they build belief, relationships, and momentum. I definitely felt that after convention. Oh my gosh. I definitely felt that. And my team definitely felt it. And it's really showing right now with all the business launches we've been doing. Leaders are born at events. They show up, they plug in, and they rise up. Okay? One conversation at one event can change the entire direction of your business. This one is so true. One conversation at one event can totally change the entire direction of your business. I believe this through and through. Events are where vision becomes contagious and belief becomes unshakable. It's not about having the perfect invite. It's about being bold enough to extend it, right? You don't have to craft the perfect invite. Believe me. It's just about being courageous enough to actually extend the invite in the first place. Don't be afraid of the no's. Okay, let me ask you this. If someone were to tell you that after 10 no's, you're gonna get your yes, right? You have to go through 10 no's before you can get your first yes. If someone can guarantee you that, well, it could be 10 no's, could be 15 no's, right? Could be 20 no's. Someone can tell you after 20 no's, you will get your first yes. Let me ask you this. How fast do you want to quickly go through your no's? Right? Oh, let me ask this person. Maybe if it's a no, that's 1 no, 2 no's, 3. Let me keep going. Let me keep going until I finish my 20 no's so I can get my first yes. And I just use that as an example that people will say no. This is not for everyone. But I always believe the right people will join our business. The right people will see what our community is all about. The right people will see what kind of an opportunity this is all about. So I used to get so upset or so frustrated and worried about the no's, and I used to take it personally. Not anymore, right? People say no, okay, maybe later then, they're still on my list. I don't take them off my list. But like I said, because I had people said no to me a year ago, more than a year ago, and they're part of my business right now. So yeah. Well, that's what I have for you guys. Just a lot of basic stuff, really. But it's all something that I think every one of us here should continue to work on, right? Because again, it's the nature of our business. It's the nature of our industry, right? This is how we grow our business. One event at a time, one Zoom at a time, right? All right. Well, that's what I have for you today. So, George, let me turn it over back to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Amazing presentation, like always. I heard from many leaders, and I'm one of them, that said the most important skill that you have to develop is inviting people to events. The second one, obviously, edify. But the first one, because the more you invite people, you don't have to know how to do a presentation. You just direct the person to where they have to, where the information is. And like Nilbert said, events are all kind of events, are Zoom calls, person calls, even recording Zooms. The other thing that I like, something I like to add when I invite somebody is, hey, I don't want you to miss out, because people don't want to miss out. And I always, when I invite somebody, I say, hey, I don't want you to miss out. And that's one of the reasons. But a great presentation. Anybody else has a comment?
I do, George. Nilbert, I think you have the most amazing way to deliver such valuable information. So thank you for all of that this morning. And it may seem basic, but it's so important to remember.
Thank you. Caroline, I think, has something to say.
Yeah, can you hold on? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So Gilbert, this was like perfect timing, because in an hour I have to edify Adrian on a call. And also Adrian's coming back to California with me, and we're doing 3 events in Northern California. So perfect timing. I mean, I jumped on late because I just arrived back here in Dallas, and I can't believe it. I mean, the universe is telling me, listen to Nilbert. So thank you again. Good call.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else want to comment before we go? That was